Hello, this is Mermaid Live. Happy spooky season. Yes. The bats are flying, the black cats are emerging, the witches are cackling and brewing their potions. Halloween is upon us. Spooky season has arrived. In the spirit of Halloween, which is coming up soon, I'm going to discuss the question, are mermaid tails costumes? Short answer, no. Not quite. No. People dress up as all kinds of things for Halloween. I've been a witch, I've been a princess, I've been a cat, I've been a genie. I've also been a mermaid. Now, what was my mermaid costume? Well, it was a mermaid skirt, and I could walk in it. And that's one of the distinguishing features between a mermaid tail and a mermaid costume. So recently I went to the Halloween store, and I swear I could get lost in there. I love dressing up, I love costumes, I love all the accessories you can get, all the makeup products you can get. You know, granted they're not the best makeup products, but, you know, they get the job done, kinda. You notice my makeup right now is a little spooky. Maybe not spooky. Cool. I spent close to an hour in the Halloween store, and I got way more mermaidy makeup things than I needed. Like these face gems, which came with a little makeup kit. I'll show you some videos from the Halloween store. They had some mermaid costumes, and they definitely weren't swimmable. They definitely weren't mermaid tails with monofins, so that's one of the big differences. Literally face gems for everything. Dark fairy face gems. Angel face gems. Alien face gems. Wonder Woman face gems. Wow, face gems. I want this so much. Bambi face gems. Foxy face gems. Panda. Well, gosh. Spooky. Enjoyable. A costume. They're a lot cheaper. So the costume for a mermaid was like $40, maybe $50. A mermaid tail is pretty much the cheapest you can get, is close to $100, including the monofin. So I would say there's a big difference there. A costume is more so for a social gathering, for walking around and showing it off, whereas a mermaid tail is kind of for sports and recreation, artistic expression, fitness. You know, you're not gonna go, you could go swimming in a mermaid costume, but it's not the same as swimming in a mermaid tail, the whole tail with the monofin that helps you move through the water faster. The monofin is essentially a piece of sports equipment. It's like diving fins. It is diving fins, except one, hence monofin. So, yuck. It's like how, you can get a wetsuit in many different patterns. You could get a wetsuit that has a mermaid skill pattern on it, and just because it has mermaid skills on it, you wouldn't call it a costume, because it's still a functional thing that you're using for something. The diving suit keeps you warm while you go scuba diving or free diving, and the mermaid tail, it It propels you. It makes you feel like a beautiful, magical creature. You can wear it any time of the year. It's not just like Halloween comes around and you wear a mermaid costume. This is something. These tails are things that you will use a lot, most likely, if you're a mermaid fan. Mermaiding is not just a game. It's not just playing dress up, playing make believe. It's almost hard to explain if you're not a mermaid. It just feels right to be wearing a mermaid tail. It feels like this is our true form. Feels like I belong as a mermaid, and swimming in the water in a mermaid tail is just an enlightening experience. It feels ethereal, and you just feel lots of serotonin. It gives you lots of serotonin. It makes you feel real good. It makes you feel amazing. And being able to have different colored tails, different designs and styles is just one of the bonuses. Altogether, I would say, like right now, I would say I'm in costume. But that doesn't mean that this here is a costume. So it's almost like if you see a goth person, they might be wearing like a elaborate outfit, maybe like a large black coat, some very very kind of eccentric accessories and boots and makeup. You're not gonna, some people probably would, but it's not very nice. You wouldn't call them, wearing a costume. That's the look for them that feels right. That feels natural to them. That's how they express themselves. Everyone has their own sense of style, and being a mermaid is almost like a sense of style, except you're not gonna, do it everywhere. I'm not gonna be wearing a mermaid tail at work, unless I'm working as a professional mermaid at a gig or something. Dreams. Costumes. You think cheap Halloween store. It's not as good quality. A costume usually isn't meant for swimming in. Mermaid tails are designed to swim in. That's one of the points of a mermaid tail. But what's nice about these is that you can usually take the monofin out, and you could just wear it as a costume, as a mermaid skirt. So I could take this monofin out, and then just my feet I'd be able to walk. Well, actually, I probably wouldn't be able to walk in this. It's very tight at the bottom. So yeah, I would definitely say a mermaid tail is not a costume. Some people will get offended if you call a mermaid tail a costume, and I kind of get it. I've kind of been there, like, it makes you cringe a little bit, like it doesn't feel right when you're wearing a mermaid tail and someone calls it a costume. It just doesn't feel quite right. 'Cause it's not a costume. It's so much more than a costume. The mermaid tail alone, without a monofin, maybe you could call it a costume. But when you're wearing this tail, when you're swimming in this tail, you have a monofin, this is not a costume. Costume can't do what this can do. Costumes don't make you swim faster. And then, costumes, you don't wear that often. Some people do. Some people like dressing up, and I totally get that. I love dressing up. But a mermaid tail, I feel like my life revolves around mermaids and mermaid tails. Thinking about mermaid tails I want to get, saving up money for a silicone mermaid tail, designing mermaid tails that I want to make, making mermaid tails. So it's a much more involved thing, a mermaid tail. It's not just something you think about, oh, I have a Halloween party or a costume party, or this person dressing up for a play. It's probably something that crosses your mind every day. And you might even wear it every day, especially if you live in somewhere that's always warm. And if you do, I envy you. I wish I was somewhere warm. It's starting to get cold. Now the spooky season, cold season, fall, autumn. It's all setting in. Everyone's closing their pools. It's breaking my heart. What do you think? Do you get offended if someone calls it a costume? Do you more or less not care? Because some people don't understand and they think it's just a costume. And you can tell them, no, this goes so far beyond being a costume. This is so much more. This is functional. This is way more expensive. This gives you power and speed when you're swimming in it with your monofin. This is more of a lifestyle thing. And this is just a form of art, an expression. I love Halloween, and I'll probably do a lot more makeup looks. Probably going to do a lot of Halloween inspired videos. Maybe I'll do a video on spooky mermaid makeup or just regular mermaid makeup. Right now I used a scale stencil to do these. This is face gems. It's not Mermaid Magic, which is like the brand that all the mermaids know that do these little face gems. Do you like my eyebrows? Should I start dyeing my eyebrows? So this has been Tail Talk in the Treehouse. Have a spooky day.